Hello everyone, welcome to your Aquarius new moon reading, and this new moon is going to be on February 1st of 2022. It'll be around 12:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when it's going to be at its fullest. So for some of you in the western part of the United States, of course, that is going to be on the evening of January 31st, and wherever you're at in the world, of course. But this new moon has wonderful Aquarian energy coming in. It is an energy of independence. So when you're looking at help that's going to be coming your way around this new moon, it's going to be more coming from like groups rather than an individual. So that's kind of that Aquarian energy. They're more group oriented than, individuals. The new moon energy also has this kind of push to flow with any changes that are coming in around this new moon. And it's kind of this advice to step back from situations, cool down, and have like this rational look at current situations, not all that heated emotion flowing through there. So you can allow things to develop and try thinking from a different angle. So all that kind of energy is coming in. There's an affirmation. I love these Moonology decks that Yasmin Bullen puts out, and this is the Manifestation Oracle. And so you can see here, this is the new moon in Aquarius that's coming up. And the affirmation that she mentions in her little book that comes with this deck says, "There's only one of me, and it's safe to be me. And I love me." So I really, really like that one. And so with all these new moon cycles, of course, every 28, 29, 30 days, we have that new cycle of the moons that happen that go from new moon to the quarter moon to the full moon to the third quarter moon, back to the new moon again. So there's always this fluctuation there, but within each of the signs as well, there is a 6-month cycle. So this is the ending of a cycle that happened like over a year ago. But we have the full moon in Aquarius that happened back in 2021. In fact, we had 2 full moons in Aquarius, one after one another in 2021, which doesn't happen quite often. And so we had July 23rd, and then the blue moon in Aquarius on August 22nd. So if you look around those dates and in between those dates, you can kind of look and see what kind of changes were happening, because this one, the full moon energy for back in that time, was about being real. It was about opening up to clarity around circumstances in our life, separating our ego's influence from the capital T truths of the reality of a situation. There was this balancing between the heart and the mind, and this balancing of being real versus trying to please all of the people all the time. The affirmation for those back in that energy was, "The truth empowered you and it set you free." So there was this setting free of something going on around July 23rd through August 22nd or thereabouts. And so since then, all the way up to this new moon, you've been working on all that energy of being more real, of seeing things more clearly, seeing beyond the ego and what your ego was saying something meant, like what story you were putting around a situation. And the clarity came over these last 6 months, which allows you to come in to this new energy where you're allowing the changes to happen with all this information that you gathered during that. So we're going to dive into each of the individual zodiac signs and just see what the Creator wants you to know about this new moon and about what these changes are and what you can go with the flow with. So we'll jump into your specific reading right now. All right, all my Aquarians, this is your reading for the new moon in your sign. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here, or at least one, from this Spirit Junkie deck. And this is going to just be what the Creator wants you to know, like what clarity did you come through the last 6 months? And what changes or change are you encouraged to flow with or flow through? So for our Aquarians, what would you like them to know? Okay, any others? Okay, right, that is it. So the first card that came out, boom. Here's the star, which you are the star card in the major arcana. It says, owning my power inspires others to do the same. I'm not afraid to shine. Beautiful. And then you also have this one here. More stars. And it says, my genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. Beautiful. These definitely resonate with one another because this is all about you stepping into your power. So over these last 6 months, you really got clarity around what it is your dream is. What path do you want to go on? And it might have just been like this awareness of what path or what dream you don't want. And so you had over these last 6 months since July, August of last year, you're just really getting uncomfortable with being in places that it's not matching up to your passion any longer. And so you're coming into this power, and in doing that, it's like you're taking this leap of faith. You're taking this courageous move is kind of the word that they're giving me, in going, you know what? I don't care about, I don't have to have millions of dollars. I don't have to have all this and this and this and this. I want to live my passion, because if I'm not living my passion, I don't feel like I'm living at all. I'm just existing. And so it's like, this is what you came through, and now you're ready to shine. You're ready just to be happy. And it doesn't even have to be that you're being successful in doing what you're doing, because you're living your passion. You're just glowing, and people are just like, I want that, and you're like, well, I'm not like making a bunch of money and stuff on it or anything yet, but I'm loving my life, and you're doing what you need to do to get by and to pay the bills and stuff, but you're enjoying living. So I love that. We're also going to pull cards here from the Good Tarot and just see what else the Creator wants all of you Aquarians to know about this change that you are flowing through. I kind of feel like that's the message for you guys, that you are just flowing, going with the flow. What else do you want our Aquarians to know about this Aquarian new moon? Okay. I do want that one. That one right there. What else? Okay, those are it right here. So let's start. We'll start with this one, the last one first. Yeah, this would be normally the judgment card. It says call on the bottom. So this is it. You got your calling, literally what we were just talking about. And the Judgment card, which is what this is normally in the standard tarot, is all about you understanding that you are so much more than the human experience, than the ego and all those dreams of the ego world, but that you have this higher passion, you have this higher calling in your life. And even when you add the 2 and the 0 together equals 2, which I have this beautiful new series that came out this year called You Times 2, which is all about understanding that you are 2. You're the human character that is rooted and influenced and reactive to the fight or flight. And then you're this higher, powerful, spiritual, eternal being made of unconditional love, who you really are. That's the actor behind this character. And this beautiful awareness of the 2 helps you understand what your purpose is, your genuine desire to serve. Like it says, allows you to step into your purpose, which is what you've been going through, and where you're finding your power for your life. So that's perfect. Yep, and then you have the Ace of Air, which would be the Ace of Swords in the standard tarot. You are an air sign, so this is all your energy. But this is this communication coming in. This is new thoughts, new beliefs, new attitudes, new awarenesses that are coming in, and new communication coming in too. And because of this, you really have, and I love how all these colors are like the same almost here, that you are moving into this higher purposes. This would be like the Ace of Swords brings you two things. One, it allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the spiritual realm. And it also gives you the ability to cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. So definitely this is this cutting away and this understanding that there are two of you, and this beautiful awareness of your mind, of this power that you're wielding, this Ace of Swords. And over the last 6 months, you've really been cutting away those thoughts and those beliefs that have no longer served you, to clear way for this new adventure for yours too. Yep. So you got the Two of Water, which would be the Two of Cups. And this also represents, usually it's showing two cups, not two fishies, but this is the two of you. It's like this totally reflection of this calling card, of this judgment card of the two of you. You have your lower self and your higher self, and that's understanding that there is these two places that you can choose your emotions as well. You have your human side, which our emotions of our human are so much about conditions and conditional expectations, because all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and all those control our human side, and that little child within us, our emotional side of our human side, is that little child, that fight or flight with those triggers that as soon as it feels uncomfortable, feels unsafe, it sounds alarms, and it goes in this fight or flight mode that kicks everyone else out of our brain, or our spiritual side and our higher thinking human side, and it goes into reactionary mode. And so it's all these emotional reactions, where you'd also, like when you connect to this unconditional love that you truly are, then this is an emotional response of compassion for yourself and for others, a place and like this wonderful living waters of unconditional love that do make us feel whole, and it takes away our thirst, whereas our lower self, all of that outside stuff, relationships, external relationships, situations like our jobs and our education, and things like our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts, although those things eventually disappoint us because they're temporary and unstable. So when we drink of those, it's like eating Chinese food, American Chinese food anyway. You're hungry an hour later. So this is this wonderful just reiteration here, this reinforcement here as well. And then you have the Two of Fire. I'm seeing a little pattern here of twos. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this would be the Two of Wands in a standard deck. And Wands, or fire, is your inner fire. It's your passion, your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, and your spiritual energy. So again, you have this inspiration that comes from two sources. And of course, we have, when it comes from the human side, those are usually the dreams that are handed to us saying, this is your dream, this is what you're supposed to do with your life. And so you take it on. And if you're waking up in the morning going, I got to go live my dream now, that's not your dream. That's someone else's dream that they handed to you. Because when you are living your passion and your purpose, like this talks about, you do shine. You wake up in the morning, you're so excited for what this day is going to hold and what's next, and I can't wait. And so it's definitely night and day. Like I talked about before, it's the difference between living and existing. And then you have the King of Water. So you have the King of Cups, the King of Emotions. This is the highest love that you can experience, which is the unconditional love of the Creator. the King of Cups also, or the King of Water, he's been through the entire suit, and he brings some beautiful wisdom in that making decisions strictly from our human emotional side doesn't tend to fare well for us because of that fight or flight, and it's always reactive. And also making decisions from the human mental side, which is all full of those expectations as well, doesn't fare well for us. And it's this balance between heaven and earth, between our spirit and our human side, that when you have this balance that comes in of heart and mind, of human heart and spiritual heart, human mind and spiritual mind, that it's a wonderful journey where the two of you, again, you walk together in this beautiful balance instead. Because the king, of course, he's water sign here, but all of the kings in the minor arcana suits also bring in air energy, which is your energy, which is the mind. So it's mind and heart, this beautiful balance that comes in for you as well. So like I mentioned in the intro, that's very Aquarian, balancing this time of the full moons of Aquarians was all about this balancing, not about the people pleasing, but really connecting to your higher purpose. And not surprised, you have the Magician. The Magician usually has, I don't know if I see it in here, they usually have like the infinity symbol somewhere on there, which represents that this is your infinite self again. But it's about you have everything you need within you. You have all of the suits of the minor arcana within you, which is, like you have all the air. So that's all of, you have the mental fortitude, you have all the emotions, you have all the initiative and passion. And then the only one that's not showing up on here is the Pentacles, which is the earthly possessions and the earthly external physical resources to do it all, but you have it all as the Magician, and you have the ability to bring your passion to purpose. It's like the master manifester. You have everything within you to bring your beautiful, beautiful higher purpose, your passions into fruition and share it with the world, because you normally see it in the Standard Tarot. They're standing with the wand to the heavens, a hand extended to the earth, and it's that bringing that beautiful love, unconditional energy into us, through us, and out into the world. So this is definitely, I always feel very Aquarian energy around this, because like I talked about again in the intro, the energy of the Aquarian is sharing with the world, helping the world move to the next step. Because even though you're an air sign, you're a water bearer, and the water that you bring is this beautiful unconditional love energy, this living waters to the world, and you help show the world what it is truly thirsty for, because you give them just a little sip of those living waters and they're like, oh my God, that compared to all the waters of our lower self, like all those things in the external world that are so disappointing, it's bitter, it is sour compared to the living waters that you're able to bring. And so really shine, 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 bright stars that you are, because this is the age of Aquarius that we're in, and we definitely need all of these amazing stars to shine and show the love, because what the world needs now is definitely love, sweet love, unconditional love, sweet unconditional love. So beautiful energy coming for you around this new moon in Aquarius. I love it for you. And I want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like air signs, water signs, fire signs, etc., new moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, and you want to help share the love, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, and then also click the subscribe button and then the notification bell, that allows you to get notifications immediately. And doing all that helps the YouTube algorithm share all these videos with others, so it helps share the love. Never have any expectations to do so, but if you feel so inclined, I of course greatly appreciate it. Right, all my Aquarians, just know as you're going through each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course I love you too. Have an amazing new moon, but I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, and until then, you take care.